Hello and welcome. The date, it's the 19th of May, 2021. The volatility, extreme. Okay. Amongst the five, on Theta, all bets trades, and the like, each his own risk, their own reward. Yeah. We have like 21, 22, down to about 12, so close to half its value. 12 up to about 19, so why don't we rally about 50, 60%? And this is the 5 minute term I'm on now. Nice correctionary move in here. Holding amongst the lows and now doing congestion amongst the 18 average of highs. I'll use that word instead of strength, but at least from point A to point B, it's showing strength. I'd see a move that maybe get back up here and breaking that. Maybe this whole entire collapse, if you call it, whatever you want to call it, could get nullified within the day. Well, maybe we'll wait and see. Theta against Bitcoin hasn't even touched the 18 average of highs yet, but it had a volatile day today. Tezos, I mean, I drew these lines in a long time ago, and they're doing what they're doing. But anyway, it went below 850 or so. No, I don't put below it, but 850, up below 9. Was at 12. A little bit of a move over a couple or 3 hours. Cardano, oh wow, interesting. It's at 4,300 Satoshi. It was 31, 32. Yada yada, stuff like that. Nice correctionary move from the 18 in here. It did come back to where it came from against the Bitcoin. And it's 37,000, it being Bitcoin against the dollar. I covered this earlier today. It's doing its thing. Volatility, of course, extreme. And, you know, I got to think there's been some people who are like, man, what took it so long for it to have this happen? And I just don't mean the down move, that too as well. But for the big moves, because you're like, oh, 4% today and this coin went up 6% and 2%, and oh my goodness, 15, 20%, 30% day for this coin, which is not supposed to be an extreme day at 30% up for an altcoin. But that's just, it seems like the market conditions over the last few weeks and couple months. And a long time where Bitcoin has been trading up within this range. 50,000. Key low, key high. I mean, what does it had below it? This doesn't really count as much in here below the 18 lows. Nah, well, this is a decent sized move and well below the 18 average of lows, several days below it in a row now, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 days completely where it doesn't even have any action above this blue line. And now, I mean, that's at 47,000. It's got to go up 10K to reach that point. So I can count on a real move. I mean, if this is it, that would be it. I mean, that's it. Especially if it rebounds quickly, meaning it recaptures the 18 average within the next 4, 5, 6 days. And of course, the lows that it basically has today is just that, the lows. Of course, those are the if case scenarios. As far as silver goes, I think you can put gold in the same camp. And I love the setup as it has, but that's just meh, whatever. Or bonus, I would think. I see this as like, okay, chances cryptocurrencies survive in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and I've used the example of putting an asset class in a safe. And cryptos, cash, and metals can easily be done that way. Cash, I mean, no brainer. You throw the cash in a safe, easy to do. Silver and gold, you can throw those metals in bars and in bars in coin form, that is, in the safe, easy. Cryptocurrencies, oh, it's computer, but you got private keys and those mem words, as they whatever those phrase words, and maybe the USB ports and your Trezor wallets and whatnot. You can put those in safes as well. And you put whatever amount of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Tezos, whatever coin you're talking about, whatever you have on there will be there. But what's the value of the currency? What's the value of the metals? What's the value of the cryptos? I hate to use the word guarantee, but so take it for what it's worth. To me, gold and silver are the only guarantees that I can find. I do like the probability for cryptocurrencies. How about the probability for the fiat currency? Imagine it making huge values. That means everything that it's weighted against, it would overperform things like gold and silver and, well, food, and well, that means everything would be cheaper in prices. But could you imagine if it has an amazing rally where it goes up like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times? So you start to see things that used to cost like $14 to eat at this restaurant. Now it's $2. Yeah. And now houses are under $100,000. Yeah, whatever. That ain't gonna happen. So, gold and silver, I like holding it. During this time, I mean, let's even go to the daily time frame because it's been like since February. I mean, this is the area in which Bitcoin prices have been rallying. And other cryptocurrencies, thankfully, as well. Which means several times I've been able to say, yeah, you know what, yeah, let's turn some cryptos into real physical metals. I will not be doing such again until, well, probably I'm able to get better crypto prices again. But I've been thankful that it's been such a long sideways consolidation for both the Bitcoin and the silver. But overall, when I look at these markets as it stands, well below the 1980 and 2011 highs. And from the 2011 highs, September, it went into the 18 average for the first time and had a successful correctionary down move to reach a point below. But doesn't look like it's a good successful sell and hold. Meaning, okay, you make this low, but why on here and here did it not break down further? It did not. I know the reasons why, but sort of, but not really. As it goes, it was attempting to break out around 2016 or so, but it never did. Then it made a statement in here, and I guess you could say it was accurate, that it was going to break out as it leaves the 18 average on this July stamp. And then it has near a half a year, about 6 periods of going sideways. And then in a very volatile session, or a period of 4 periods, it corrects amongst the 18. February, March, April, and May. And even, what a beautiful, look at this beautiful month in June. I guess you can count it over 5 months when you count this month here. But this failed breakdown occurred. So it corrected successfully within the 18. So breakout, come back, deeper than it needed to be, but hey, it did what it did. And then break established. Breaking established was in the July stamp, and boy, did it ever break it. What's happened since? Well, it took 2 periods in time, July and August. It's not that long before we'll see August of this year. It's been almost a year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're on period number 9 since the high. A lot of time has passed. Price action close to coming back to where it came from. It didn't do that though. Coming back to where we came from would have been between like 21 mid-change, pretty much down to 18. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I've got to think that the chances will... I think we'll never ever see below $23 silver again. That's my guess. We'll never, ever. I mean, we could. And if we do, I'm going to and if we do whatever, I think that this is rare. I kind of want to discount any type of flash crashes like we might be seeing that where the lows don't... Another way of putting it, I don't think we'll see it hold and stay below this level for more than a week or two. That's another way of putting it. And there's going to be a time where you can say, I don't think we'll ever see it go below 30 again, below 50, below 100. We've never even seen it ever above 100. But I don't think it's going to take that long before it will be. And when you looked at the past 10 plus years, how often do I say that? I don't think it'll be long before it's over 100. No. And I don't. 4. You asked me in here, I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to get there. I don't know. I mean, we got to get above this resistance. We got to get above 20. Well, we've done that. And It didn't break out here. It could have. And looks as if it's, I mean, when this thing goes, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 30, like a concise move, like 32, 34, 38, 40, just so fast. And I don't think this is the case, but you never know. And in time, who knows? If you want to talk about ultimate squeeze, the longer or the bigger this is, the more it would be. But if you ever have a situation where crypto prices just skyrocket magnificently, which may be happening, and you have a situation where these things are not taken off, which, yeah, happening. You can, especially for people already in the rich, turning into much, much, much richer, get a lot of gold and silver. Get a lot. And let's imagine how much they get if they only take 20, 30, 40% of the cryptos, even 5 or 10%, and then 80 to 100 in some cases. I don't know how many are doing such. I got to think there's definitely some. Will the time ever come like that? I don't know. I thought earlier today I did. It's going to be the case, but you got all these cryptos selling off. Is there ever going to be a situation where that happens? And then you see cryptos sell off, and then maybe within a few hours later, oh my goodness, precious metals go up. I wonder where that cash came from. And maybe not. But there are videos like The Hidden Secrets of Money available on the internet. You're not going to find any content of that type of nature on the MSM variety, mainstream media. And there's been other ones that are fantastic. A lot of people just explaining things like fractional reserve lending, how bonds work, and even statistics like how much of the real inflation was created even last year. Hence why, when you consider here's a question for you. Yes. When newly created fiat currency comes into existence, when newly mined Bitcoin comes into existence, what gives it its value? And everyone else's. That's where it comes from everybody else's, because you're creating something that's already in existence, already huge mark or huge volume, I guess, huge participation. That's what I'm looking for. So if we have 1,000 units and I just slab 2,000 more, and then we just pretend and say they're all the same, that's obviously going to cause a lot of inflation. Now in Bitcoin case, we know the supply, we know how much is going to be made, you know how much it's going to stop being made in like 2050 or 60. It's pretty much, and that's just as it is. But the Federal Reserve doesn't have any of those types of things where we're going to stop at this number, and they just keep printing it, and people are going to keep watching the information of how this stuff is done. So when I see the cryptocurrency fall today, do I believe it on the long term? No, I don't. I mean, short term, intermediate term, maybe. Meaning maybe over the next 2, 3, 4 months it goes down back higher. Maybe. I don't think so, but could be. Journey versus destination. I still think the destination for many of these cryptocurrencies is much, much higher. And I say to myself, it's pretty much a guarantee amongst the gold and silver that it's going to rise in value. And we're going to be looking in the future where could be something like this. It's like, yeah, and then, I mean, this would be, and I think it's going to get here. I really do think we're going to hit over 10. That's a monster, outrageous prediction. 1,000 is child's play, or whatever term you want to use for, whatever, pretty good. It could have been better, or even in some cases, okay, you're working on it. Compared to something like $20,000, $25,000 an ounce silver. But what would $25,000 get you? How far will this get as far as when future problems exist? Hence, yeah. How much more will be created? And every country, of course, does pretty much things the exact same thing within the central bank system, which they have. Of course, I'm just saying whatever. I mean, take it for what it's worth. Almost everyone watching this, at least subscribe, pretty much knows this type of stuff. Hence why they are also invested, or why you, or whatever, in gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Theta, what have you, and so on. And I've heard for so long about how many of the pensions are just going to, well, not work out so well. Are we at these times? For it was way back in here when I was learning what a fiat currency was. And way back in there, it was very close to 15 years ago now. 13, 14, however long it might have been. I bought my first ever silver ounce, I think it was February or March of 2008. I bought 2 of them for $50 Canadian. I got many more ounces now. And a bunch of gold too. There's gold here. But it's got a decent look. I'm not going to go over too much on the daily and weekly. The weekly's got a beautiful chart, as it's just having a nice little breakout above such. But we're in crazy, crazy times. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.